Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you, so see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. Hey guys, as we hit the six months mark of the year this week, I had a mid-year breakdown and went on a spending spree. I brought a jacket. Please do not use the company name and have instantly regret it. It's really not my style and I look like a total idiot in it. I've gone to return it today and ripped it getting it out of the car, which was the start of my problems. They asked for proof of purchase, and on the day I threw away all the receipts. I showed them my online banking with the money missing, and they had a point that it could have been anything and that I might just be saying to return something that I damaged. £275 down the drain, so to speak, and I'm stuck with this horrid jacket. Have you ever made a purchase you instantly regretted?
Million times I've done it, mate. A million times I've made purchases. I've still got stuff in my wardrobe that have got tags on that I've never worn, and they just sit there. And I look at it and think, "Fuck you, fuck you." Every time I open the wardrobe up and then I shut it again. But when it comes to that, I would keep chasing that. I would go to their head office because any retail, if you've actually bought it in a physical store, they will have like a run-in for a good couple of months. They will have like a receipt thing to go through, and if you can match that up with the stuff that you bought that day from your bank account, then that should be enough to say that you can return that jacket.
Yeah, but surely you should say the name of the store on your online banking. It won't just say £275 missing.
No, but I think what he's saying is that he could have bought trainers on that day, and it wasn't necessarily a jacket or whatever. Yeah. This company as well, I know, everyone does it when they get a bit of money. They buy something from there, and obviously we can't name the company because we've been asked not to. But
out of embarrassment,
yeah. Designer stuff is not worth it most of the time, and especially from this company in particular. The designs are deliberately bad, I think, sometimes to make sure that people know that you're wearing the designer jacket or whatever.
You could have got a couple t-shirts, a jumper, maybe some joggers and a hat from us.
Tracksuit,
yeah. You could have had a full outfit from.
Could be fully kitted out.
Yeah,
I think you could almost be fully kitted out twice over with the amount of money you spend on that jacket.
We don't get refunds either.
Yeah. If you rip that, we may consider sorting you out. But yeah, I think you should go. I think you should go to their head office and chase that a bit further because there's no way they haven't got a receipt system to see what's bought on that day. If you know the day, they can't have that many transactions that day. They won't be able to find that. They just couldn't be bothered to deal with the situation.
Yeah, but I think a company like that aren't going to be fucking bothered. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you would have thought they would just. I would have thought that because it was a genuine piece of thing, they might have just switched it. But
it's just ugly stuff anyway. I can't stand it. I'm bad for not returning stuff. Like I bought some Timberland boots, and like they didn't really fit me because I ordered them off the internet. But I was like, oh, I'll get some insoles, and then I got some insoles, and they still didn't fit me. And I'm like, okay, I'll have to send them back. And it's like been 2 years, and they're still downstairs where I left them. And every time I look at them, I'm like, maybe they fit me now, and I put them on, and I'm like, no, and then just put them back.
I've got a pair of. I really like them, which is why I haven't thrown them away. But they're like an Adidas green and like cream, like plimsoll type shoes, and I bought them for a holiday once. But they are my size, but they're tight as fuck on my feet, so I've never worn them. But I just have them sitting there, and they've sat there for probably over a year, and they were well over £200. So it is sometimes you waste purchases, especially in this day and age where things are so easy to buy. You do have a lot of wasted purchases. But it's like anything. You've just got to take it as it comes. But I would fight because it's a genuine reason. You've actually now ripped this product, so you can't even sell it now because it's ripped. I would fucking chase them up, man.
Can you take something back though if you've damaged it?
If you've damaged it out of the store, it depends on their policy. Our old policy, and when we were, if they dropped something when it was out of the store, unless it was just outside the door and you were feeling a bit nice that day, you tell them to fuck off, man. Because there would be guys that come in and like I used to have a woman once. Yeah, this is like really petty, but do you remember Gold Milk?
Yeah.
Did you ever sell Gold Milk? And Gold Milk is like even more thicker and creamier than Blue Milk. People
Yeah.
outside the UK are not going to know what we're talking about. But you basically have like semi-skinned and then whole milk. Then Gold Milk is basically almost straight from the fucking teat of the fucking cow. Yeah,
Teat milk.
it was like and obviously this wasn't very popular and was always reduced.
Yeah.
And then I had like some old weird Italian woman that used to come in all the time. And she used to like smell of fucking onions and stuff, but that's a whole different situation. And then she'd come in and buy all the Gold Milk bottles a couple of days before they were going out of date. Wait for them to at a reduced price. Wait for them to come out of date at home, and they've all gone chunky and disgusting. And then she would have like somehow got the reduced labels off, and then was trying to return them, and she kept doing it every week. And then like I clocked onto what she was doing. And if we're talking about a matter of £1, she was getting back for each of these bottles. She was buying like 10 of them.
Yeah.
So it was like £10 a week. So it was so petty. At one point, I was just letting her do it because I couldn't be bothered to have the talk with her.
Yeah.
But then I started to realise they were building up in my fucking waste area in the shop. Where she's taking them off, and I was getting I had like 20 bottles sitting there a week, sitting there chunky and stuff. And I used to just say to the people on the tills like, don't accept the returns on them because they were bought out of date. You need to see the receipt and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's essentially the same as like the damage thing. Like I would always have to say to them to make sure that we check the CCTV before you do a refund. If it's broken in the shop, then you can refund it. If it wasn't, don't do it.
Some people, man, anything for a fucking. I suppose that's why I've never got any money.
Mate, I had a geezer come back in, and I'm pretty sure you were on shift with me. He come back in, and he had opened them salt and vinegar fucking sticks.
Oh yeah.
And said to me, they're not salt and vinegary enough. He'd ate all of them. Yeah, they're not salt and vinegary enough. Can I do a return on it? And they were 89p a pack, and I was just like, bro, no, that's not happening. It was like 4:10 on a Sunday. We're supposed to close, and he's looking for a refund on the fucking or another pack of them fucking crisps. I was like, no, you're not having the 89p back, mate. Cheeky bastard.
Fucking trying it on. I do silly stuff like I'm like, oh, I need this. Like, I was like looking at my wires on my computer, and I was like, oh, if I had some cable ties, I could sort that out. So I got on Amazon, bought some cable ties. They're still in the drawer. And then I was like trying to figure out how to use chopsticks, and I found like these little practice things. They're absolute shit.
Yeah,
they just went they're in the drawer. But I'll just buy like stupid shit that like is absolute crap. And no, it'd be like buying Wish stuff off Amazon, and I get it, and I'm like, that's crap, and just throw it in a drawer, and then that's where it sits for the rest of its fucking time. It's mental. Like I need some sort of like rain on that shit, man.
That's why Sabina will be a massive help to you moving in, bro. Help tell you so you stop buying. Because I try to rein Charlotte in sometimes, but she buys some shit. She buys some fucking shit. We've got so much. We got a gadget for everything, isn't it?
Literally oh yeah, everything. See, I'm like that for like kitchen stuff. Like I'll just buy kitchen stuff all the time.
Yeah,
like non-stop. I can't help it. Yeah, live and learn, man. Like I always do it. Like when you get a bit of money, you always like spoil on something. Mine's normally food, but just never buy from that company again. I think it's ugly stuff anyway. Like
it is this company in particular.
Yeah,
I bought a Stone Island jumper in high school. I saved up my money. It was like £200. I bought it in Milton Keynes, and I wore it to school, and everyone thought it was a bovvy job, which was the local counterfeit market. So then I ended up bringing the receipt in and was carrying this receipt round school, showing people, trying to prove that I wasn't a fucking fraud.
Fuck them, aren't I?
And so, yeah, I've learnt my lesson. Even from that day, I learnt my lesson to not fucking buy designer stuff and like try and flaunt it to people.
I I remember once the guy that we always talk about that I hate. His mum was she had something wrong with her. She was a bit mental, and his mum and dad smoked, and they were always like low on money because she didn't work because she was a bit mental. And I remember they always waited on the day that he would get paid to go buy cigarettes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I used to remember him coming in.
Yeah. So one day, this guy come in. He was really fucking pissed off, and I was like, "What's going on?" And his mum had gone into the village to go buy cigarettes, and she'd bumped into one of the travellers that's selling like the dodgy aftershave.
Oh no!
And she basically come back with like a fucking plastic
bag
full of. No, they were aftershaves, but basically spent all their fucking money on all this aftershave and like perfume, and she just come back with it like happy as didn't even buy cigarettes.
Oh man!
And she come in with this fucking shopping bag full of stolen aftershave, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I bought everyone presents, and they've got like no money now because she spent it all on fucking."
Oh, you'd be upset.
It shouldn't laugh, but yeah.